What's up, everyone? It's Trey, aka the Amazon GOAT, and I'm back with another video. Today, I want you all to meet Candace, who works a full-time job. She's a mother and is only home 8 days out of the month, but still somehow finds a way to run a successful Amazon business. She's already cracked 10K per month in sales and is well on her way to reaching 20K. So she's here today to give a little bit more about her story and her journey so far. So let's get right into the video. What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Here today, I have a very special guest. Her name is Candace, who has, started selling on Amazon back in what month did you start?
I started in March.
In March. Started March of this year. I'm going to let you tell a little bit more about your story, but this is someone who, works a full-time job, travels across the states, but still finds time to prioritize Amazon, sell on Amazon, and have success with selling on Amazon. So, without further ado, Candace, for everyone who doesn't know you, can you give us a little bit more about yourself and how you got started selling on Amazon?
So I started in March. I was one of those ones that just kept watching everybody's YouTube videos or the stories. And for a minute, I just was like, I watched for about a month, and then I was like, well, how long am I just gonna keep watching? It's like I think it's time to do it. So I
Mm-hmm.
started off probably about 1,500, got the supplies, got ungated, and at first I got ungated in quite a bit of stuff. So I got ungated in Nike,
Oh, yeah.
Adidas,
You
Under
got in at the
Armour.
right time.
Yeah, I got in at the right time. And from there, just still was watching a lot of videos. So I didn't have a mentor or anything starting off. Um, End up trying to get a mentor. Took my money,
Ah, dang.
blocked me, blocked me from the Discord, blocked me from the page. I had nothing. I couldn't do anything. So it was just a straight loss. I didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
So then I came across the goat.
Ah, dang.
And
There it is.
there it is. Came across the goat.
Mm-hmm.
Really just still not unclear about it. Just was like, no. But I knew that I couldn't keep uh asking him stuff for free, And he was like, I got this mentorship. And so I just had to, I think I was more embarrassed about it that someone had took my money, and I just
Mm,
came clean to him like, I want to get in a program, but somebody took my money.
right.
He was like, well, that's not, I said, that's the same thing he said. And
Mm-hmm.
so I was like, I got to pull the trigger because I was out on my own for 3 months, and I had
Mm-hmm.
did pretty good on, as a start on it, but I needed some additional help, some
Right.
things that I couldn't find on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, what the hell? I
Mm-hmm.
pulled the trigger,
Yep.
and I've been in good hands ever since.
If you're someone who's looking for mentorship and guidance along your Amazon seller journey, it can be extremely difficult finding that right person. But here we only want to cultivate the best experience possible for our client and make sure that the coaching program that we offer is a good fit for you. So if you're someone who still needs help overcoming some obstacles that are popping up or want help achieving some of the goals you have set out with Amazon, you can apply for our coaching program in the link down below. But for now, let's get back to the video.
I work a full-time job. I travel. I'm a labor organizer, so I'm across the country helping people stand up for their rights. And
Cool.
so in the meantime, I'm technically home 8 days a month.
8 days
And
a month.
between those 8 days a month, I 100% do RA.
Okay.
Only the times that I do uh online is when Trey does when the goat gives the leads.
Mm,
And because I don't have that much time, I more prefer to be out uh doing RA. I
yeah.
spend probably a good 2 days because I get to come home for 4 days and I work 10. Out of those 4 days, I spend about 2 days just straight shopping,
RA hunting.
just straight RA. Mind you, I don't do FBM. I do a lot of FBA. And
Hmm.
because I do a lot of FBA, I'm packing a lot of the stuff up by myself because
Mm,
it's just me. And
right.
so, since I have joined the program, I do it part time. I'm not doing it full time. I just started it just to make a little extra money to help my kid out in school. But
Definitely.
before I knew it, it just blew up. All of a
Right.
sudden, I felt like it started getting out of hand, but it,
Uh-huh.
out of hand in a good way, out of hand where I'm able to take care of myself comfortably. Not saying that I couldn't do it before, but more
Who doesn't?
freely.
Who
Yeah.
doesn't want some extra money? All right.
Right, right.
Yeah.
And still being humble in the process. I
No,
think
definitely.
where I have, even got some of my family members involved, of the head telling them like, hey, this is something real good if you want to work for yourself.
Hmm.
If I was doing it full time, I feel like I would be absolutely, I feel like I'm a beast now, but a
Yeah.
real heavy hitter. Not, I
Yeah.
think I'm doing full time numbers. I think so far I have made about 62,000, and
52,000.
and that's just part time doing
Hmm.
it.
What was your best month that you've had so far? I know you started back in March, you said?
Yeah, I started in March. I want to say July,
July.
but I was already in the program, but I had to start learning more techniques.
Hmm.
Uh, you start teaching us about like looking up things. So it was like I was having like a list, like a certain list, and
Right.
then you kind of helped me transition into groceries. So I think most of our people in our group, they are in do a lot of groceries, and I think that's what made me intrigued, like to
Hmm.
see some of the people in the group how much money they were making
Right.
doing groceries, and I was like, oh, I need to switch it because at the time I was doing more Nike, shoes and clothes.
Right.
I was like
Yeah.
really big and I was doing very well with those.
Right. But I think with clothes and shoes, you have that high profit margin, products. If you are out in the outlets and you're doing a lot of OA and, finding products that have these high margins that sell well year round, the one thing that a lot of people don't really talk about is the returns that can come with selling a lot of shoes and clothes. The opposite with grocery products, if you all don't know already, they're not able to be returned by the customer unless that product arrives to the customer, expired or damaged. So although the profit margins and profit per unit especially may be lower than those Nike clothes, Nike shoes, you know exactly what you're getting each time that you make a sale on a grocery product. So being able to, it sounds like you started, maximizing on both grocery and clothes and shoes. I think that is a great strategy to, do. So you're basically getting the best of both worlds, still getting those high profit per unit, products, and then also getting the lower profit per unit products that probably move, hundreds of times per month for you. So that's a great strategy to have. But you talked about early on, only being home 8 days out of the month. I know a lot of people think that, it's that selling on Amazon takes 24 hours out of the day, every day for you to become successful with this. We have Candace right here who has said that she is only home 8 days out of the week. She, takes advantage of FBA, so she's buying up a bunch of products, and the times that she is home, she's able to send those products out. So I know when you told me that you were traveling for work, you were only home for 8 days out the month. I was like, dang, and you already are doing these types of numbers, like that blew my mind. But can you like talk more about how you're able to manage your time and only be home a certain amount of days a month, but still be able to break past 10K, 15K sales per month on a monthly basis.
I think now with the mentorship, I think if I didn't have that, now of knowing what to look for, what areas to where to start at. So like with the shoes, I
Hmm.
already know what kind of shoes that sell well. So it's like now I could just go in and grab them.
Right.
Tackling like certain areas or looking for certain products that I already know that don't sell or um they don't do very well. So what's the purpose of scanning them or I can't sell them?
Hmm.
So it's certain things that I still can't sell once I know it and I see that whole brand, I'm not even gonna waste my time. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go grab the stuff that I know that I can sell. So like I said, I know that I'm only have 4 days.
Hmm.
So at least 2 days I'm planning out what stores I need to hit and if I plan to go to I got three alleys where I stay.
Hmm.
So I'm gonna try to hit all three of them. Now, if I spend majority of the money there, then that's why I might go to another store here and there.
Right.
But within 2 days, that's all I got is 2 days. So
Yeah.
I'm in. I like to go early in the morning, get
Hmm.
in and get out
Yeah.
and then the rest of the time I'm packing the stuff up. So like even though I know I might go back out tomorrow, I'm packing up the stuff so I can at least drop 2 to 3 boxes off at UPS in the morning.
There you go. You're maximizing the time that you do have, getting out early, to these stores. And the one thing that I heard is, you're being efficient with your time because it's limited. So, you already go into these stores having an idea of what you're looking for. Maybe it's a product that sold well for you in the past that now once you go into that store, you're already on the lookout for it. Or maybe it's a product that you sourced online. Maybe it's not Ollie's, but maybe it's a product that you sourced online and you can just, order that curbside pickup, pull up to a Walgreens, a Walmart, a Target, and grab those products up and, pack them up, send them out before you have to, travel for work again. So that's a testament to you and how well you manage your time. Because I think a lot of people, like I said, just feel like, this business in order to become successful with this business, a whole lot of time has to be put in. But it sounds like how many hours per week would you say that put into it?
Oh, not even 16. It can't be
Right.
16 because I'm not at the stores for 8 hours.
They're right.
I'm like maybe a good 4 to 6 hours each time that I'm
Mhm.
home. But I think the packing,
That's the
that's
most
the
time
boss
consuming.
of it. But if you
Yeah.
think about it, I mean, let's just keep it real with ourselves. Like you
Mhm.
at home watching TV,
Yeah.
doing whatever, listening to music in the comfort of your own home,
Hmm.
doing work,
Right.
so and you're getting paid to do it.
Yep.
So I think that's my motto that when I'm out and I'm having my grind mode, I'm getting paid to shop,
There you go.
and I know you like you in the stores, like in the stores, and I'm like really in the stores because I'm finding that fire product. And
Hmm.
I think a lot of fear, like the unknown of why a lot of people don't want to get in it or they want something for nothing. It's like, well, I want no one to take my money, but then they don't want to put in the work either. So I think that's where, as like a lot of influencers, like the negative comments come in because they just be like, "You're lying,"
It's a
or
scam.
yeah, it's a scam.
Yeah.
No way, bro, you can't do this. But until you see it and you do it for yourself, then that's all. Nobody can tell me anything.
Right. Moral of the story, don't be a sideline watcher. Don't be, an Instagram, tough guy, tough girl. Get in that game if that's something that you're, really trying to do. Figure it out yourself. Put yourself out there. If it doesn't work out for you, at least you can say that, hey, look, I tried it, I did my best and it didn't work out. If it's something that still want to, make happen, maybe you start thinking about, getting a mentorship program or, you know, uh, being around people that have had success with Amazon that can teach you the ways to really go about it because obviously there was something that you either weren't doing or didn't know of, and that's, everybody who starts a business, they're not going to know everything about that business when they first start, So a lot of this, selling on Amazon and reselling is a journey. It's you figure out a lot of stuff along the way, but that's what entrepreneurship is, not quitting, understanding that there's going to be ups and downs and all of that. So, to go back to, your, methods and strategies of how you go about finding profitable products. I know that's like a big, fear that a lot of people have is like, what if I can't find a product or, what if I can't, you know, uh, find products that actually work or what if this product doesn't sell if you're doing a lot of retail arbitrage, what are some of the ways that you sort of source and are able to find profitable products that you're able to sell month after month after month?
So like groceries,
Grocery.
pantry items,
Hmm.
candy.
Candy.
Candy has did very well for me.
Mhm.
The time that I got in, it was around like Easter.
Oh,
And that's when I made a bulk of my money. Dollar Tree,
tree.
candy. I'm not
Okay.
lying. I'm being just real upfront. I
Hmm.
made a lot of money off of candy. And then as I started learning the techniques, like what type of groceries,
Mm.
pantry items, and so what's the sense of me spending if I know pantry items, they said those are good sellers. Now I'm
Hmm.
taking the time and scanning the ones, justifying which ones are good for you.
Right.
Same thing. Like I think I learned how to tackle big lots because of you, because you started saying, I ain't been in big lots. So you was like the things that I found. And I had a big lot around the corner for me, and
Hmm.
so it was one of those was like, all right, and big lots has been my best friend. So, they have a lot of unique or just picking out odd things like things that you might not buy, but somebody else might buy,
Right.
like
Oh,
odd flavors. I kind of noticed those are big sellers just because things, like I said, I don't eat it. There's
hmm.
vegetarians out here, it's gluten free,
Yeah.
people that can't do certain things. I learned like different sauces. Sauces are really a big thing. So once I kind of learned what people were saying, I kind of listened. Same
Hmm.
thing with the personal care items. That was a real big thing for me. I struggled in that for a minute, but then when
Hmm.
you said just go to the clearance,
Hmm.
it made it more better for me because then it opened up the more that I scan, the more things that I got ungated for. So I might have been
Right.
ungated in the beginning, but then when I went back to scan it, I was ungated
Right.
you know and so then that kind of up my options a little bit more. So like even when I go to Ollie's now, I'm going straight to the personal care stuff,
Mm.
but certain stuff that I know, like the name brand stuff, I'm
Right.
going to scan that. If it's they don't have a lot, it look odd, those are heavy hitters.
Yeah. No, definitely. I think because a lot of people, you go into a store like Ollie's, there's so much stuff that you just see, and it can be a little overwhelming when you first go into a store and you're like, dang, I see books, I see, kitchen appliances, I see groceries, I see personal care, I see, home and garden products. Like it's a lot of stuff, in these stores. So I think in order to be as efficient with your time as possible, you gotta walk into these stores with some type of direction. Already know what to be on the lookout for. Already, have a product that you sold in the past that sold really well for you that you can go back in and see if they restocked and stuff like that. So, I think you're definitely going about retail arbitrage the right way. We're gonna get you, popping with OA real soon.
Oh yeah.
With
And
more
books.
OA
Oh yeah, and books.
books. Oh yeah, books too.
Oh yeah, books. Dollar Tree books.
Mm-hmm.
All these books.
All right.
Um, I don't have the right tools. I haven't up to like how the booksellers do theirs. They have
Yeah.
like a special
Like
uh
software. Mm-hmm.
software, or they have like a whole different device that they could go boom boom boom.
Mm-hmm.
But books do very well, and I want to say books do very well because I'm about to go deep. Bear
Uh-huh.
with me,
Go
guys.
deep. Go deep.
Books
Go deep.
books do very well because they're trying to change our educational system and take away a lot of the books out of the education system. So if you think they're trying to take all these books out of the library, so no, Amazon is going to be that safe haven where people can just buy these books that they like to read.
Right.
And it's just so many different books, and people like to read so many different things. Are they
Right.
slow sellers? Yeah, some of them, but you could do very well. And I think because I have did so well because I have went outside of the box
Mm-hmm.
and opened myself up to the books. Yeah, are they slow sometimes? But the profits on the books are, crazy.
Right. And
You know,
how much do you really have to pay per book? And how much would you, oftentimes be able to sell it for? You
I
know,
sometimes pay like 125. I told you where
a
I be
dollar and
at
25
five
cents.
cents. And if you look at it, matter of fact, I probably been sitting on them for a month and then
Mm-hmm.
sell them for like 20 something. And so you got to think of and I do FBA still, even if it's a 10, 11, $12 profit,
Right.
I spend $1.25.
Exactly. So what do you have to tell the people that think that, it's, in order to start selling on Amazon, it takes thousands of dollars to get started? What would you have to say to those, people that think that?
I would say you do need a little money. I'm
A
gonna
little
say
money, yeah.
15 to 2,000 just to be comfortable. Could you need less? I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
say in the supplies. Now, if you're doing FBM,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, me for FBA, I needed the bags. I needed just
Mm-hmm.
the extra stuff to cover me. But even with the mentorship, I have made my money back and some.
Oh, yeah, no.
So when you think about it like that, yeah, oh, I have to pay this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of the mentorships are crazy and pricey, but it just depends on who they are and if you have listened to some of their students. Now I'm more listening to some of their students say if it was like worth it in their success stories.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's been a success story for me because I have ran into some issues
All right.
and didn't know how to get out of them. So
No, no,
for
definitely.
for yeah, and Trey has helped me. I was like, hey, I need you to get on, do something, get on the thing so we could
Uh-huh.
like discuss this. And yeah, I was having a really big problem with these filters. I'm just gonna bring it up with these
Filters.
brittle filters. I
Mm-hmm.
found them at like a
Liquidation.
liquidation. It was like a liquidation, and it was like a box full of them. I
Mm-hmm.
paid $5 for each one of them, and I probably had like over 100 of them. And I could list them. Everything was good. Then I get hit with the letter, a
Mm-hmm.
transparency letter. I was like, well, I didn't have to do all of that when I listed them.
Right.
And my first day that I listed them, I hadn't had no that many sales ever. And
Right.
so I called, well, Trey told me to, since they said I got the letter, take them down. I didn't have no list. I couldn't transparency code. I
Mm-hmm.
closed it within like a couple weeks. They opened it back
Open
up.
it back up. Yeah.
They opened it back up, and before I like realized they had opened it back up, I had like $1,000 in sales. And he was like, just let them sell out.
Yeah.
That's the most money that I had made on Amazon was off of those freaking filters.
Yeah.
But I was so happy to get rid of them
Hmm.
before they hit me with another letter
Yeah. Yeah.
saying it. And I haven't been able to find them ever again at another liquidation. But I have looked, even though it's like you might want to leave them alone.
Yeah.
I
The
want
liquidation places, you definitely have
to hit and
to
miss. It's a hit
vet
and
them
miss.
out. Yeah, vet them out, make sure that they, provide you with proper documentation, so that if Amazon does come back and say, hey, look, a customer's complaining about the authenticity of, your product, you got to be able to provide them with documentation saying like, hey, look, I got this from this supplier. I got this many units. Bam, Amazon sees that you got it from a legit supplier versus, maybe like a receipt from a liquidation place. It's harder to, win and appeal like that with like a little receipt. Maybe it's not even itemized. It's hard to win an appeal, submitting that. But if it's an invoice that they provide, if it's, an itemized receipt, Amazon may take that, and allow you to keep selling that product. So just got to be careful. That's all I was saying. So, but yeah, we've talked about Brita filters, books, groceries. What would you have to say to the person that, thinks that, you can only sell, one type of product, or you can only sell, shoes, or you can only sell clothes? Like, what would you say to that person?
You can sell anything and everything from cat food, dog food, band-aids. I mean, I have it all.
Yep.
I open myself up to a range of things because if you limit yourselves to just that, if that one item is hot and you're able to make tons of money, go for it. But why not have multiple items
All right.
that's going to work for you?
Definitely.
So you have like a range of things. So maybe that day, especially if you like they share in a buy box, you're not going to get the buy box every time, but
Right.
you don't have to drop your prices either, tanking them where you're not making a profit. I
Mhm.
think since I've been in the program, I have learned more patience. Okay, I know have taught like, all right, you got to drop them a little bit, but if I want to be firm, I hear what he's saying. Yeah, I hear him
Mhm.
clearly. But if I
Right.
want to be real firm on my shoes, I'm real firm. So I'm gonna
Definitely.
wait it out. So just like these crayons,
Hmm.
everybody is selling crayons now. I'm getting the most profit off of my crayons because I just sat back and
Let
just waited.
everybody else sell out.
Yeah. And
Yep.
so that's the purpose of like having multiple things in your store. So if you want to wait till everybody sell out, like I'm in a comfortable spot right now that I don't have to drop. Do I? On some certain things I do,
Hmm.
but not everything. I'm not wiping my whole store out where I'm just undercutting my stuff because none
Right.
of us gonna want to lose any money. We're all here to make money.
Make money. Right.
Right. And so
Yeah.
it's like some of this, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna roll it out.
Hmm.
And then when it sells, you know, I either gonna be like, well, I ain't gonna mess with that no more
Yeah.
because it took to. I waited, or some of them, it's like because I'm in the store so much, I'm always finding something new.
Right. No, I mean, I think that buy and hold strategy is something that's, not really talked about so much, but let's take that crayons example. Crayola is a brand and, has products that I think everyone and their mother was, posting about, talking about.
Oh yeah,
Everybody wanted to sell, crayons, and for the right reason, because back to school season is a great time to sell school supplies. But at that point, a bunch of new sellers are just, flowing into these different listings, not priced at, profitable prices. Like we all know how much we're getting these crayons for. Like there's not many people that are able to get them for lower than what we see. So we can obviously tell some of those newer sellers or whoever, are selling these products at, prices that aren't profitable. So if you see that, it's like that doesn't mean that stoop
I
down to
know
that
better.
level. Yep.
Right, I know
You
better.
stay where you're priced at. You reprice a little bit, if you are looking to pick up some sales. But if it's a product that we all know the crayons 50 cents, colored pencils 99 cents, and maybe you throw a little coupon code on top of that to get the product cost down even more. But we all know, you know, once back to school season sort of starts slowing down, all of these sellers that got on these listings are all selling out. And now we're in a perfect time. We're going into November, December, Q4, where these kids that needed, crayons, all they crayons from, back in August, they all,
They
dribbled
got
down
all
to the
that.
little pieces of crayons. So they're gonna need some more, right? And now you're able to sell them at your prices that you wanted to sell them at because look, the demand and people are going to be buying school supplies year round. But December is a great time where maybe the semester just ended and they're going into a new one. They're going to need some more crayons. They're going to need some more colored pencils. So that was a great strategy that you used. And again, another testament to your patience because not a lot of people have that.
Well, you kept saying that we was on a group call one day.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, I wanna drop the price. And he was like, whoa, oh, wait a
Don't
minute.
do that. Don't do that. Don't do that just yet.
It was like, just wait it out. And I mean, I think I waited it out too because I kept hearing a lot of influence they was talking about. It was like the bigger packs, they
Mhm.
will make you a money. So like right now, like the 9 pack
Right.
is going crazy. And when I see it, it just put a smile on my face because I was like, I'm so happy I waited. I'm
Yeah.
so happy I waited that
Yeah.
out.
Don't give away too much, gang. You can't be giving
No,
out your listings.
no, I'm not. I'm just saying that's just one. I got so many of them though.
Somebody might hear this and be able to share some profit with you. So
Oh, most
but
definitely,
yeah,
most definitely.
definitely, definitely. All right. Well, I think that was one of my last questions that I have for you. Obviously, you are killing the game. Only, at home a certain amount of days per month, and you're not letting that stop you from, finding success with selling on Amazon. I think that is, just great for anybody that's out there that feels like they need 24 hours out the day, 30, 31 days out the month to have success with selling on Amazon. So the last question that I have for you is, if someone is on the fence, about getting started just selling on Amazon, what would you say to that person that's on the fence that has doubts about, oh, is this real, or is this a scam? Like, I see all these people with all these numbers. Like, what can you tell that person?
Well, I'm sitting here today. It's not a scam.
All right.
Um, if you don't never do it, you will never know. And
Mm,
so I got my family members involved in it, so ain't nothing about a scam. And right now my nephew's involved and he starts seeing sales
shout out
and
Chris. Shout out Chris.
yeah. And my son Austin, I just got him involved in it, so he can I want to see him this be a future for him and I think it will. I think this could be something where hey, he might be making more money than me, and I don't have a problem with that.
All right.
You know,
There's
so
enough
I
for
say
everyone to
like,
eat.
right, it's enough. It's so much money out there. Like you don't have to hate on the next person. You actually could learn something from someone because they don't have a problem of helping you. Now you can't be rude and ignorant to somebody or just be demanding like respecting their time because they're doing things as well. Like I feel like Trey, he'll work with us, but I know Trey out there too.
Mhm.
So it's just like you still got to respect someone's time. And I just say, if you had any second guess, stop second guessing yourself. Just go in, and you would never know until you try it. I would have never known for myself if I never would have just got out of there. I thought that too. I was like, these some young kids and they making this type of money. Like I'm not a young girl, so it's just one of those.
You young too. You young too.
No, I'm about to be 45. So it's one of those. I'm not, if you seeing someone in their 20s and
Mhm.
they're showing numbers, you might be like, oh, what the hell are they doing?
Right.
But then actually when I put myself out there, I was like, okay, I see what they're doing. I
Hmm.
see what they're doing.
Right. Yeah, no, I definitely think you said it, you hit the hammer on the nail. You never know until you try it out for yourself. I'm sitting here glad that you took that step for yourself. You're self-motivated. You talked about having to prep stuff, at your house, by yourself, but you got your music on, you got the TV playing, you've built an environment that, that you enjoy and that you can work with. It doesn't have to be something that it's there's the biggest business, biggest operation that you have to outsource everything. Like, no, you can, do things out the comfort of your home. You can work exactly in the environment that you work in, what's most productive for you. So, um, a big shout out to Candace. I
Oh, one
can't
more
wait.
thing.
Oh, one
I
more
didn't
thing. Yep.
I didn't even like try to step up my game by going out of state.
Oh, out of
Traveling
state.
out of state
Mm-hmm.
to so my main thing I wanted to go to was the grocery outlet.
That's reality.
That's all I've been talking about is going.
Mm-hmm.
Like how somebody say they want to go to Vegas. I wanted to go to the grocery outlet. And I
Yep.
finally went, and when I went, I made him a commitment to myself once a month I'm gonna have to travel out of state just to go.
Right. No, I mean, I think if you don't have, certain stores that are, near you, um, take that trip as, out of state. If you're going somewhere, already, I think, that's a perfect time to, step into some stores that you may not have back at home. It's another opportunity for you to open yourself to more products, more possible connections, more possible relationships with, store owners, store managers, all of that good stuff that, isn't talked about so much. But, I was sort of the same way when I was first starting and I sold swimming pools on
Mm.
Amazon. And Walmart near me, the Walmarts near me, only had a certain amount of stock available, and I grabbed all of that stock. And guess what? I made it all the way out. I'm, in Atlanta, Georgia, but I made it all the way out to Tennessee, Alabama, multiple states to get more and more inventory, of some hot products at the time. So definitely it doesn't have to be something, selling on Amazon doesn't have to be something that is strictly home based. You can make a trip out of it, you can make a road trip out of it. And I think that's, some of the most exciting times when you can go out, to these different states, hunt for, some profitable products that you're going to make money
Okay.
on, all of that, you make this, business fun and, doing things that you want to do. So on your own time as well. So
Oh
can't
yeah,
forget
most
that.
definitely. Most definitely. Just
Definitely.
appreciate you once again for what
Of
you
course.
do.
Hmm.
You have paved the way for a lot of people. So I appreciate that.
I appreciate you and I appreciate you coming on and sharing your story. I hope this, and actually, I don't hope, I know this will motivate somebody that is out there that, is on the fence, but maybe this video, helps them take that next step for themselves. And you find your own way with Amazon, you find your success with Amazon. All right. So thanks again, Candace, for coming
Oh, you're
on.
welcome. You're
Really
welcome.
appreciate your time, and I will see everyone on the next video.
All right. Bye bye.
Peace. Yep.
Peace.